time is weird looking back on it because
So much stuff happened.
yeah, so
Oh
much
my
stuff
God,
happened that I
within the
didn't even
1 year
realize
I
was
was
happening.
there. Just the 1 year I was there was insane.
Yeah. We had a
A lot of
lot.
loss.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it was crazy. Like I remember when Jenica passed away. That was really, really hard. It's still really hard for me. Like, every Arts Alive when I would go, because that's where I would always see her. Like, I still like remember her like out on like the deck, like the boardwalk and stuff. Um, yeah, that hit hard. I remember Lizzie passing as well, around Thanksgiving. That was difficult, and then a lot of kids that were my age too. I think his name was Jordan. And then Alyssa. Yeah, just a lot of loss.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. It was a heavy time.
It was. I'm surprised that I always joke with the people who I went to elementary school with, cuz so many there's a good amount of us who are in jail or dead. It's wild. And I'm like with Madison Day, for example, I'm like, you and I are like one of like a few of the ones who actually made it out like unscathed, like we're okay, you know? But like it sucks that like that joke is even a thing. Like cuz like no kid should ever have to go through that, whether they're on the receiving end or the one being informed that like your friend just died.
Well, it's crazy because, at least personally, growing up, I would always hear from like my parents and their friends, that when you're out of high school, that's when you start losing people,
Yeah.
either to drugs or they get locked up or they just pass from some unfortunate event.
Mhm.
You don't really realize that, when you're that young because you can't really grasp, like, you don't really understand what loss
And
is.
you
I don't think I
yeah.
even understand it now. But at that age, it's just, you can't really comprehend it. And then when you lose people while you're in high school or younger, like it weighs on you in a weird way.
Mhm. Yeah, it's really really strange because it's like you see them at school one day and then
They're just
they're
gone.
not there anymore.
Yeah.
Like you don't like that's the weirdest thing is still seeing their social media profiles. Like Jenica's profile will come up every once in a while still. Like not from like
Oh,
new
wow. How
posts or
weird is
anything.
that?
Not from like new posts or anything, but like old stuff from when she was still with us and it's really really strange.
What do you think that's going to look like in 20 years? Do you think that there's going to be, like, you can
Hmm.
just go to somebody's Facebook page and they're going to have their whole life and you can kind of just relive those memories by scrolling through their Facebook?
It's really hard to say what the future holds. It's like we're just in a time that's so transitional right now that it can go in any which way. The world may not even exist in 20 years. Who knows?
Might not exist after this election.
Period.
Uh,
Yeah.